Old Alabama Gardener here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make dandelion tea, and I'll discuss some of the health benefits of dandelion tea. Now, while you may think of the dandelion as a pesky weed in your garden or in your lawn, I think of it as part of my abilities to stay healthy. Now, you know I'm 81 years old. And I do this and I do other things to stay healthy. And you see me out there in my garden every day working in the garden. So dandelion leaves are good for you. Now I believe that most of what is called disease is really not a disease. It is simply a condition that we allowed our bodies to get into by what we put in it or on it. And so if these are truly a condition and we caused it, then logic says we ought to be able to uncause it. I'll give you a quick example. Obesity is now classified as a disease. It is not a disease. It's a condition that we've allowed our body to get into. So if we did it to ourselves, then logic says we ought to be able to undo it with a good, healthy lifestyle. And part of my lifestyle is to use some of the natural herbs, some people call them weeds, that grows here wild on my place. And dandelion leaves is one of them. Now I need some more dandelion leaves for making my tea. So we'll come out here to the kitchen garden and see what we can find. And there we are, dandelion leaves. So I'll just take the biggest ones. Well, thought I was getting a big one. It turned out not to be a big one. So here's a nice big one. Okay, we're going to start with a half a cup of water. And I want it to boil. Now you can make it boil in a pan, like over there, or you can make it boil the fast way. And I'm going to make it boil the fast way. Now we want 2 large dandelion leaves. These have already been washed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them small as I probably can. And what you're going to wind up with is about 2 teaspoons. You watch. You know, you would assume that it's going to be kind of packed. So that's about what you want. Now let's bring out the boiling water. And put your dandelion leaves in boiling water. Give it a little bit of a stir. And cover it up with something. And let it set for at least 15 minutes. Now, after you have steeped it for 15 minutes, and you can actually go longer if you want to, then we're ready to strain it, and it's ready for drinking. So I got a little strainer here. Just pour it all into there. And then squeeze it out. Now, because I'm going to do this 3 times a day, there's no reason to throw this away. So we'll put that back over here in our cup, and we'll use it again the next time, but we'll also add some fresh ones to it. And so here's your tea, dandelion tea. Now, there's one thing you need to think about, and that is the possibility that you could be allergic to dandelion leaves, or in this case, dandelion tea. And the way you test that, alright, so to test whether or not you are sensitive to dandelion tea, take you a small cotton ball, dip it in the tea, as you saw me do there. You squeeze it out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it to the inside of my wrist. It's like that right there. I'm going to leave that on there for 15 minutes. Leave that on there for 15 minutes. And if my wrist turns red, then I'm probably allergic to a dandelion tea. So we'll see. Now it has been more than 15 minutes, so we'll take the band-aids off and see if my skin is red. And the answer is no, there's no redness there. So that to me indicates that I am not allergic to dandelion tea. And that's a little simple test you can run. If there were redness there, it would mean I'm allergic to it, and I probably shouldn't be drinking it. Now on your dandelion tea, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of organic lemon juice, pure lemon juice. So we'll add a little bit. Not much. And if you want to improve the flavor, or you could say you just don't like it the way it is, then you can add a little bit of pure raw honey. And I'm not going to put much. And now we're ready to go. Now when I go out to collect dandelion leaves, I'll get a bunch, come in, wash them, like this, then store them in a plastic bag in the refrigerator, and they'll hold up for quite a few days. That way I don't have to go out every morning, every day, and get some more leaves. So here's my dandelion tea. Now, you can just sip it like you would a regular tea, or you can down it. It doesn't taste bad, but I'm getting ready for my breakfast, and I want this in my stomach before my breakfast food gets there to help with the digestion. So I'm just going to drink it. Got just a little bit of bitterness, but that's what dandelions are. They're kind of bitter. And bitter is always good for your digestion. And since we only had a half a cup of water, you just saw me take 2 big swallows, one more and it's going to be gone. Now, you know what? It's too late to share any of this with you, but you can make your own. Find you some dandelions, collect the leaves, wash them, store them in the refrigerator. Every time you want to make your tea, chop up 2 leaves, go at it. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of honey there for flavor, but I don't need it and don't want it.